Hi everyone, today I want to talk to you about quiz hacks. I had lunch yesterday with a guy called Nik, who is the owner of LeadsHook. I'm not going to try and pronounce your surname, Nik, if you're watching this video. But anyway, it was really interesting because this guy Nik has seen a lot of traffic pointed at a lot of different funnels within his software. Okay, so he gets visibility of kind of what's working and what isn't in the industry. And I think he was saying that one of his clients produced 9,000 leads in 1 hour through his software. Okay, so when you're seeing that type of volume and you're working with these type of people, you tend to figure out what works and what doesn't work. And we chatted for a couple of hours really on what's working and what isn't, and he had a look at some of our funnels and gave us some tips. And you know, we do about 250,000 leads per year through quizzes, and it was kind of humbling to be, you know, we think we're doing a lot, yet then you hear someone that's doing 9,000 leads in an hour and you're like, wow, okay, I've got a little way to go. But it's also humbling learning from someone like this that's kind of an expert in their field. And you know, it's invaluable for him to look at some of our funnels and give us some feedback and tell us, maybe that's not a good idea, or that's working, try and do this to make it a little bit better. And you know, I took some notes and I want to share with you a few things that, you know, some takeaways. What are the hacks that you can implement straight away into your funnels that are going to make a big difference? The biggest one is to invoke emotion. This is a really big takeaway for me. So let's say that you're putting people through a quiz where you give them a result at the end. So it's like an assessment, and if they qualify, then they get a result. It could be a loan, or it could be you know, anything to do with a result that people are looking to get. Okay. And Nik said one thing that's worked really well to increase the quality of those leads and get people excited about taking action is to ask them what they would do with that result. What excites them? So if they are getting a new car, then what's their life going to be like with a new car? What are they going to do with it? Are they going to take their kids on holiday? Are they going to enjoy making it shiny every Sunday in their driveway and show it off to their friends? Or, you know, are they just looking for more space so they can fit their 6 kids in there, or something like that? So if you ask these questions, even though they're not particularly relevant to the client that you're selling the leads to, you know, it helps evoke that emotion and get people excited with the results. And that's very, very important. That was a game changer for me. It's not about you, it's about them. I think one of our quizzes that we reviewed, we were talking about us as a business and what we can do for those people, all right? I think the headline was, you know, something like, we help with blah, blah, blah. And it's not really about what we do, it's about them. So you need to reframe the quiz to be about them and what it can do from them. It's not about the business or the lead gen agency or even the client. It's about the person that's about to fill those quizzes in. So think about that, all right? Which brings me on to the next point, personalize the questions. You know, if you can ask their name early on in the quiz, then you can personalize the questions and take them down decision trees and speak to them individually. So don't say employment status if you're asking whether they're employed or unemployed or on benefits or whatever. Ask them, say my employment status is, and then have the options below that. It just makes it feel a little bit more personal, and you can also talk to them by their name, which is powerful. The other thing, and I'm a big advocate of segmentation. The big mistake people make when they're trying to generate leads on behalf of clients, either as an agency on a retainer basis or whether they're selling these leads, they try and get as many leads as they can for this particular client, and they don't talk about segmentation. They don't even think about it. But the reality is that out of 100 people that's going through this quiz funnel, there's probably going to be 20 out of those 80 that are just red hot prospects and they're good to go. The other 80 might need to be nurtured a little bit, and sometimes they might need to be put into a email autoresponder sequence to warm them up and be able to, you know, kind of hit them up in 3 months' time or 6 months' time or whatever that is. They're not ready to be sold yet. They're not ready to be buying that car. Okay, so if you can segment and put them through different funnels, and you know, different touch points, then that is going to make your marketing system a hell of a lot more effective and efficient. Which brings me on to the next thing, which is active campaigns. So if you're segmenting people, and the 20 that I was talking about before that you're passing on to your client, the other 80 could be put into an active campaign sequence, okay, which could warm them up over a number of months or a few weeks or whatever it is. But Nik was saying, based on the questions that they have, you might have 3 different automations within, you know, up to 9 actually automations within that active campaign account. So if the person is female, they might have a different sequence, email autoresponder sequence to someone that's male, or if they're older or younger, or whether, you know, they're looking for a different type of car, or, you know, family car versus sports car, then these people are going to go into different lists, and they're going to have different messages, and you're going to speak to them in different ways based off the answers they give you within the quiz funnel. Okay, that's powerful, powerful stuff. This is game changing. Okay, this type of technology wasn't available to lead generation agencies like that, you know, 2 or 3 years ago even. This is just changing the landscape of everything. It's super, super powerful. Another thing, sounds obvious, but don't hide the button colors. So if you have a next button, they're going through each step and they click next each time, make sure those buttons stand out. Make sure it's not gray, because people associate gray with, you know, a dead color, or it's something that you click that's not going to go anywhere. Okay, so simple things like that will make a difference. And the last thing is event-based retargeting. Okay, if you have a 12 or 13 step quiz funnel, it could be that people make it through the first 8 steps and then drop off and don't continue. But within those first 8 steps, you find out that they want a BMW, they want, you know, they're a female that's over 30, they're looking for a family car. You can fire events within really good lead software like LeadsHook, and be able to have very bespoke custom audiences and very bespoke tailored ads that point to these people and speak to them, or, you know, almost in a you know, uncanny way, where you know exactly what they want. Okay, they're going to see those ads, they're going to be highly effective, your click-through rate's going to be amazing, and it's just going to be really, really good value for advertising buck. Okay, so, you know, really, really great chat with Nik yesterday, and I'm excited about what we can do and how much better we can get as a lead generator by getting better and better and better at quizzes. And I think it's the future, really. So if you enjoyed this video and you want to know a little bit more about how we built a pay-per-lead agency and how we're using quizzes and all this kind of stuff to sell leads to, you know, to national level clients, then we have a case study below this video. Check it out, you'll enjoy it.